Here we are. We're in what we refer to as the spooky room or the creepy room in the basement because there's good audio isolation in here. I hope this sounds good anyway, we'll see. I feel like I've gained quite a few subscribers since my last little update, and I didn't want to just do an update video, so you'll be seeing this video with some skateboarding going on in the background. Few weird bank tricks to end it. This was a session that I had the other day, skating the bank. Like I said at the beginning of it, weird tricks on the bank. I love doing tricks on banks. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's slower speed or I have a better time popping tricks on banks, but banks are just super fun. They're low impact. I can often get a little more creative than I otherwise would be able to on other higher intensity obstacles. So I always gravitate to banks, especially when I'm warming up. Or in this case, this was at the end of my session. It was just a nice chill way to end the session. End it on a positive note, because I know that even if a session's going bad, I know I can get some tricks on a bank, which is oftentimes what I need to get me going. Any of you that are new to the channel, maybe you just subscribed the past few months or something, you're like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's not terrible at skating and he seems kind of funny and maybe not that stupid. Welcome. My name's Parker. I'm going to be 32 years old here in a few weeks. Born and raised in Idaho, but moved across the border to Washington, where I live with my lovely girlfriend. There's a few kids involved. They're amazing. I work at Costco. I've been at Costco now for over 3 years, doing a bit of supervising most recently, and that's going really well. Having a good time there. I get 2 days off a week, which is nice. Those are typically the days that I skate. Occasionally, if I get a 6-hour shift on Sundays, sometimes I'll try to skate either before or after work on Sundays. I do try to take advantage of any shifts I have that are later in the day or earlier in the day, which would give me any bit of time before or after to go skate. Ideally, I'd rather skate before work, but occasionally that ends up leading to me having to come home and shower before work, which can be super annoying, but I'd rather do that than not skate at all. Typically, I'll skate 1 or 2 of my 2 days off. Today it's super rainy. This is my second day off. Doesn't look like skating's gonna exactly be possible, and that's totally fine by me. It's okay to take a couple days off. I really don't like skating when it's dark outside because it kind of messes with my eyes. My eyesight isn't perfect as is, and then when the lights get dark and the LED lights or whatever they are, the weird lights at the skate park, they definitely mess with my eyes and it makes it harder to keep track of the board. So I try to go while there's daylight because the lights bother me. Like I said, I'm gonna be 32 years old here soon. I've been skating for roughly 20 years, started around 11, 10, 12 years old, somewhere around there. Don't know exactly because there wasn't social media back then that I was aware of anyway. YouTube came around in 2006, 2007, and that is about when I started making videos. Some of my first videos were just webcam videos because that's what I had. The laptop that my dad gave me had a webcam, so I'd make the most stupid videos. Please do not go far back on my channel and find those. I think they're still out there, so maybe do if you want to chuckle or you want to cringe at how stupid the videos were. But that's when it started, and then from there we started skating. I got a flip phone, and I had a little like Panasonic looking camera, handheld, that I used, and we'd make skate videos with that. Really, it would just be like single clips. And then later on, I got another phone. It was another flip phone, and it would let you start and stop the video, like pause the video recording, so you could end up start, record the trick, pause it, record another trick, pause it, and it would compile all your videos together, so you had like a mini montage of clips. And that's what shortly happened after the single clips. And then from there, I started making little trick tip videos. And it was just a really fun way for me to kind of document my skateboarding in a way that wasn't just, hey, look at these tricks I can do. It was more like, hey, this is something I love. And if you love this thing too, let's talk about it. Let's get a conversation going. I want to share this with you. And that's what it is to this day. It's a way for me to share my passion, something that I love, something I've been doing for a really long time. It's a way for me to share it with you guys. Honestly, anymore, the videos kind of consist of whatever's working that day. I find that the more I try to put time and thought into like what the video is gonna be, it kind of takes away from any raw nature of it. It doesn't feel like it's a general emotion. It's like me trying to force it. Oh, I gotta go out and do a heel flip trick tip today. Oh, well now the session's kind of got a direction going. any chance of any random cool thing happening is kind of out the window now because you have this direction that you're stuck going in. So I try to limit myself to having too much of a direction for any skate session. Depending on how things go throughout the session while I'm warming up, I may decide, oh, today's a really good tray flip day. Let's see if we can tray flip up this or tray flip off that. So depending on what tricks are working, that's kind of how I'll give myself any definition for the session. But really, I try to keep things loosey-goosey. It ends up being the most fun for me. And there are some days, as much as I'm like a flipper, I like doing flip tricks and crazy flat ground stuff. As much as that's the case, oftentimes there are days where flip tricks just aren't working that good. I've had days where I cannot do a decent kick flip. I could land on it, but it wouldn't look good, and it's not something that I'd want to share. Yeah, that's kind of how skating's been recently. My YouTube channel has kind of remained the same. It's not quite as wacky and goofy as it used to be, but I still have a lot of fun making these videos.
All right, last one.
I love getting to document this time I have with my friends. Back in, I want to say 2012, a dear friend of mine, Mason, took his own life, and he was part of our crew. He's in a bunch of the videos. If you search up Mason Shaw Against the Grain, he had a video part in a video series that we made with 6th Sense skateboards. You can't see it, but that's a tattoo I have here. And he was in the video. And we had a video premiere and everything, and he came to the video premiere. It was awesome. We all skated a mini ramp and everything like that. But those things that you kind of try to block out, but I still have all those memories of him. And I love that YouTube has been a way for me to capture those memories, and now they're there forever. I have these videos that I can go back and look at 20, 30, 40 years down the road. Although YouTube's only been out now for, let's see, nearing 20 years, like 19, 18 years. That still goes back so long. I think some of my videos go back to like 14, 15 years ago. So it's really cool to go back there and see some of those old videos, see how we looked back then, although YouTube has nerfed the quality and now 144p looks absolutely horrendous. I still think it's so cool, and it's a way to capture these memories and then be able to go back and see them. The videos are just way more visceral, and I love that a picture says 1,000 words while a video says 1,000,000. You get to capture everything. You get the sound. Having a video just makes it so much more visceral. I do love a really cool skate photo, obviously, but I've never really had cameras that were capable of doing really cool photos. So honestly, videos for me are just a way to document everything that's been going on. I have tons of videos from years ago when I lived in China, when I then moved to Taiwan, my trip to Hong Kong. I have videos from, I think, Mexico, Hawaii. I don't think I skated in Alaska, Canada, but I have videos skating in all these different places, and whenever I'm feeling nostalgic, I have that option. Go on my YouTube channel, go back a few years, find the video that I want to find, and I can go kind of relive those moments. I do find myself getting nostalgic. I'll often tell stories to my girlfriend, to coworkers, to kids, share stories of times I had. I know last night I was talking about a time that I went to a bar in China on New Year's Eve with some friends, and that night I kind of took it for granted that I could leave whenever I want because there would always be taxis available, but there weren't. I could not get a taxi for the life of me afterwards, and it wasn't because my Chinese wasn't good, because I had good Chinese at the time. I still have decent Chinese. There's a fun fact. But I just could not wait for a taxi. The only one I could get, it was like a 40-minute wait, and it was freezing, and I figured, oh, I could get home in the time it'll take me to wait for a taxi. But no, it ended up being like an hour-and-a-half walk in the middle of winter in downtown Xi'an to my apartment, what was it, like 5-6 miles away. It sucked. It was not a fun walk. I was freezing cold. I don't know how I stayed with it. I don't want to say alive. It wasn't that bad, but it was super duper cold walking through this dark time. It was like well after midnight, walking through some weird areas in Xi'an, which is a gigantic city in China, until I finally got home. I'm just glad my phone didn't die. I was able to charge it at the bar, I think, a little bit, and it lasted me all the way until I got home at 2, 3 in the morning. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I just love being able to relive those times. Obviously, I don't have video from that, so that's just coming straight from my memory, but things like that, when I'm able to assist my memory by having videos of these different events, it's just the most special thing, and I love it, and I hope that you guys love it as well. I hope that this video was maybe a little insightful to you, give you a little bit of a glance into my life and what goes on in my head. I don't think I've left anything out. As far as music goes, I love metal music. I'm a Christian. I love some Christian metal. I love all sorts of metal, deathcore, some melodic type metal, math metal, gent. I love pop punk. Love Blink-182, Grayscale, Neck Deep, Abandoned by Bears, In Her Own Words. There's a lot of bands that I love, love, love. Love metal. I find myself listening to metal most often, but I always fall back on pop punk too when I need a little pick-me-up. But honestly, metal music, especially with positive lyrics, just fills me so much, and I love it, and it just like warms my heart. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. I think I rambled on for quite enough time. Love you guys. God bless. I appreciate you. Peace out.